In this demo, we'll configure FortiWeb to connect to an external resource to automatically and continuously pull a list of IP addresses. Customer maintains on a remote server a threat feed with a list of malicious IPs that updates periodically and would like to make sure FortiWeb blocks these IPs and is always up to date. This is done using a FortiWeb threat feed external connector. Let's review how this is configured. In Security Fabric External Connector, create a new threat feed, IP address instance. Type name and the URI resource to fetch the data from. Then set up refresh rate. Once saved, a new connector is now available in the list. Refresh the page and make sure the connector status is up. Click on View Entries to review the fetched IPs. Now let's associate the connector to the IP list policy. In IP Protection, IP List, create a new IP list. Then create a new member and select the connector we just created. Now let's attach the IP list policy to the relevant server policy via the Web Protection profile. In Server Policy, edit the policy, then edit the protection profile. Select the Remote IP List policy. In here, we can confirm that it loaded the external IP list. To verify FortiWeb works as expected, let's do a quick test. I'll be using the X forwarded for header to demo this. As you can see, I can access the server and getting a 200 OK. You can check the IP list entries, and as expected, the 21.1.21.21 IP is not in the list. Let's now edit the external IP list file on the web server and add 21.21.21.21. Waiting a bit, depending on the configured refresh rate, we can observe that the IP list updated successfully with the new IP entry. Now let's run the request again, and we can see that the request packet is blocked